Good morning. Hi, good people. Hi, TIs. It's Sherry, and I'm here with some free and valuable information, some information that will hopefully help you to benefit yourself as well as others you might know. So please don't forget to hit like and subscribe if this is beneficial for you. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking some more about puzzles, and I do this series called Puzzles every Saturday. Okay, but I've been doing it more this week. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sherry, and I have every reason to believe I am a person on a targeted. I'm a targeted individual put on a type of surveillance, stalking, harassment program. Um, and it's organized, and I'm being stalked and harassed on a daily basis. And it's the program as such is that it touches every area of my life and other people who are targeted. TIs, you know this. So it covers, work, everything in the community, stores, transportation, church, if I went to one. What else? Financial, employment, everything. So it is very draining. And I just like to keep track of this whole program. It's been such a bizarre experience. It's been so bizarre, and um, it's been so stressful. I've been waiting for it to cease. When I originally when I originally started realizing I was on the program, I've been waiting for it to cease, like many of you. Maybe it's legit. Maybe they're looking for something, and, you know, no such thing. And I've come to the realization, like, as a Christian person, just like Jesus his whole life, and the apostles, all of them actually were murdered except for the one, except for John. So I mean, this is, you can basically say they were targeted individuals. They were being followed and stalked and harassed in the community everywhere they went. People knew ahead of time, and they made their stays miserable. But again, the good people were happy they were there, and they helped them, and they invited them, and they were hospitable. So it's that same type of program. Even though it's thousands of years later, it's still the same So basically, it's the side of good versus evil, and, at a higher level. And once you're a good person, or you choose to follow the true God, you are going to forever be an enemy of people who do not. So, and that's what this is, I believe, and just the way the program is run. It's very deceitful. It's very, it's very bizarre. I'm telling you, it has to be, not saying that everybody that participates in it, because some people are made to, just because of their affiliations and whatnot. They're told to, somebody's a targeted individual, say somebody belongs to a brotherhood, they just want to be in a brotherhood just to, fellowship, and, and they, philanthropy and donate, and just, have friends and positive experience. Doesn't matter. You have to swear an oath. So if the oath says, this person, we consider this person targeted, we want you to go bully them, even if they don't want to, per se, their loyalty is to the brotherhood, which I understand, and I get it, loyalty. But I always thought that loyalty to the true God trumps any type of loyalty to an organization, any man-made organization. That's what I was taught. Okay, because, you're supposed to obey the true God rather than man. You obey men, of course, and do have loyalty and obedience and all that. But when they're telling you to do something that's wicked in nature, or, not the right thing, then you don't do it, no matter who gives the order, because the ultimate lawgiver would be the true God. So to sit and bully somebody and harass them, if I was a person with lower self esteem, or, not, my faith wasn't as strong, this kind of program could cause somebody to commit suicide. And I won't get into my experiences, but it's been rough. Okay, I mean, this is a very serious program. This is very serious harassment. It's not just a little. So when you hear the word harassment, it goes beyond that. It's stalking as well, by a group of people, okay, given orders to do it. So that tells me that the orders are coming from the top somewhere. And again, I don't believe it's necessarily um, I don't believe it's necessarily the leaders that are in position now. I believe that this is a continuation of a program I was born into, and I must at some point have crossed paths with a very big organization that has labeled me a target. Okay, it's hard. It's a hard way of life. So okay, TIs, you already know this. Good people, hope you're follow. That's a little bit of my story. I'm a targeted individual. Okay, so with my targeting, okay, like I said, I'm stalked and harassed 24/7 anytime I go out. Literally when I go outside, and it's really interesting how they have this program set up because it's in real time. So they must have my phone or something set up easy enough to do, and in real time they'll have cars drive past with the muffler, vroom, 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 and it's to trigger, and it's conditioning at anytime I step out the door, you know so so that's frustrating, because you kind of want to live your life privately, and you want to just, you want to leave and go, but that's the point of the program, is to let you know you're always being watched, you know unsettling to say the least. So, anyways, last night, okay, so I go to sleep, or last night, okay, let's talk about the perps, all right? So perps, okay, and there's always a different, like I said, remember this is organized, so there's all different levels of the hierarchy, so there's, governmental is definitely involved, organized crime is definitely involved because they're in bed with the government sometimes, the criminal factions of it, not everybody, what I'm saying, but criminal factions of the government do bed up and buddy up with criminal, organized crime, of course. Um, so you got that. It plays a part in it. You got brotherhood, motorcycle gang. You have low level street gangs. You have, intelligence agencies are in on it. The big tech companies, they provide the surveillance equipment and they're testing it out anyways. You get some military involvement. I mean, citizen policing, local police. I mean, fire department. These are, because they're all brotherhoods. Remember that. Remember that. Fire department. Well, they fight fires. Why would they care? Because they fight fires, but they're also part of a big Masonic brotherhood, okay? Yeah, look at their emblems and stuff. Any type of uniform job usually um, is going to involve a brotherhood, which is fine in and of itself. But again, loyalty to the brotherhood, which means if somebody's on a targeted list, they have to comply. If the order comes from the top, they have to do it. So, and I know this because I've seen the faces of my perps. Sometimes I watch. I try not to, like Bird Box. I try not to look too much, because it sometimes it can be, it's just awkward for both of us. But I notice some of the perps don't even feel comfortable. They're like embarrassed to be there. Like, sorry, ma'am. But some of the perps, like this morning, well, anyways, okay, let's go from yesterday. So for yesterday, I noticed with my perps, there was a lot of, like, dare I say, lower level kind of white people looking like maybe they were on drugs, them kind, like the socioeconomically disadvantaged type of white people, which means that they're getting an order from their superiors. Okay. So there was a lot of those. It was a lot of motorcycles. Yeah, yesterday the motorcycle brotherhood it was in full effect again. Not as bad as last time, but they were definitely there. There was there's some names of some people, of friends and family, that keep being brought up. People that I don't know, dangerous people that I don't deal with them. Okay? When people are into drugs and or trafficking, I tend to stay away because that to me represents danger. Okay, and just like when you're little and the stove is hot, hot, hot. I like to stay away from danger. Okay? So, gangs, danger. Right? Trafficking, danger. Stay away. So, couple friends and family names. I'm not gonna name them right now, but I can. Okay, and I'm looking forward to fix this problem. So I did one important step legally. Okay, legally. So, but again, with these people, the funny thing is that they're part of it, but then I have to think to myself, who is enabling them? Like, who would give a gang member my address? And then for the police to have to sit, like, they must feel comfortable going above the police because I live in a neighborhood where there's decent police protection and all that. So, I mean, somebody has a connection. I feel like, okay, I'm rambling. I feel like the orders come from the top down. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like gang members took it upon themselves to just be like, well, we're going to stalk her, and that the police department would let that happen because they don't play that. You know what I mean? Gangs are a brotherhood indeed, but the police and the law enforcement and the government, they're a bigger brotherhood. You know what I mean? The police department, I said this before, they're one of the biggest gangs that walk the earth. Okay, there's some people you don't want to play with. And most of them are good, so that's a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing, right? Um, so yeah, I don't think that the police would be afraid of gangs. So for gangs to feel that, or gang members to feel that they can be that bold, do you know what I mean? Somebody, there must be a link somewhere. The order must be coming. So there's somebody's in bed together. I don't know exactly who, but somebody is in bed with the local gangs. Of course, government sometimes is in bed with organized crime. Okay, so there we go. All right. So try to stay off their list. Try. But the funny thing is, here's the funny thing about all of it. You can't stay off their list. Because remember, this masquerades as a surveillance program. We're doing it for safety, for safety. Okay, if you're doing it for safety, but then you're also hiring dangerous people to do surveillance on less dangerous people. So the safety thing, it's not about safety. Must be about then what? Money trail again, with the experimentation. And it's also a way to silence people in the community for whatever reason. If they don't like you, okay, we'll sick this gang on you. What? Try to do protesting stuff now, try to try to do civil rights stuff now. Oh goodness, right? They release the wrath on you. Okay, so try to stay off of that, but the way things are going, it's almost impossible. You get on somebody's radar, and if it's that right person, the wrong person, you're on their list now. Okay, and I don't know what their problem is, but they don't like to let go. Again, like with Jesus and the apostles, all the apostles except for John were killed. You like to think, oh, they served God and they walked with Jesus, and then they went on after Jesus died and they preached the word some more, and they maybe met wives or whatever, and they lived their lives, and they were going from town to town, and they died, old men and peaceful, and no, no. They did. They went on, they preached the word, they went from town to town, they went to different, places in the world, and they were killed for it. They were stalked, and they were killed. Okay, one of them was stabbed. Paul was beheaded. Okay, I mean, Stephen, apostle, he was stoned. Okay, stoned. That would be a horrible death. So I'm just saying, everything's not always gonna be peaceful. Okay, and they're not gonna let it go, because remember, it's not about safety. It's not about It's not about safety. It's about good versus evil. It's about somebody has seen you, somebody obviously with evil intent has seen you as an enemy, and, is going to try to destroy you. That's it. I wish it wasn't. I wish it were not that conclusion. I wish it weren't, because everybody, again, involved in the program is not a bad person. A lot of them are just working for the brotherhoods. They don't even want to be doing this. Even the gang, they don't want to be doing this. I can tell by the looks on their faces. They're like, sorry, ma'am, but I'm giving orders, right? What is that? That's familiar. Just following orders. Yep. But when the orders are not from the true God and they don't agree with the true God, you don't follow them. You don't. Okay, yeah, you want me to do this, but I can't. I've been given orders before to do things and had to refuse. Not often, but a couple times in my career, when something wasn't right. And I was told to basically harass, bully somebody, no, not saying that I'm perfect, but I've learned from in the past, obviously just, through things, not to try to help people and not hurt them too bad. That's horrible to go bully somebody for no reason, and for no reason. It's not my reason. I'm no, this person, it's funny too, because when the orders come down, it just makes you wonder, like, who is the one sitting up there giving that order? Like, what is your problem with me so badly? And that they, that they're so cowardly, they make their friends do it while they sit back and they keep their hands clean and their reputations clean. Well, because they're having all the underlings do the dirty work. Having the, the paramilitary, the police departments, all them do the dirty work. But really, it's them. The orders come from them. Yeah. So anyways, am I targeting yesterday too? Planes. I know this is so odd. Like, planes, Sherry, really? Yeah, really. They tell them, whoever's flying. And I was thinking it was government at first, but I think there's a lot of plane companies are owned by private organizations. So they will tell them literally to fly over wherever I'm at, my residence. It doesn't take a little bit. It's like, hey, drive by here. When you're on your way to XYZ, make a pit stop right there and, rev the engines or whatever. I'm not kidding. And planes, again, fall under the Teamsters Union. So again, remember I told you I had issues with cabs and tow trucks and all that. That's all under Teamsters, which you know about the Teamsters. Okay, yes. If you don't know, you can Google it. So yeah, there's also a local watering hole by my house. bar that is very sketchy. Okay, I understand bars. I get it. People want to relax, go have a drink, watch sports, talk, listen to music, play darts, etc. I don't have a, that's normal socializing. But the sketchy ones, okay, and this particular one is sketchy. Okay, so I have a reason to believe they're part of my targeting. Why would that be? Well, probably they have ties with a brotherhood of some sort. I don't know what, but or organized crime, one of the two. But they're very, whenever I walk past, they're very interested in what I'm doing. Almost like dogs. You can and it's always some funny activity going on outside of their establishment. So yeah, what else? Oh, okay. So even this morning, right? I go and I'm walking and I have a handful of I had to pick up dog poop, okay, with a bag. I always bring a bag when you walk, okay? So then I was had a bag of steamy dog poop, so I had to stop at the trash can before I went in the door. Well, I was going to stop at the trash can on the other side of the street instead of the one over there. But then this guy comes out of nowhere, of course, remember, because it's all coordinated and kind of, you can tell because it's kind of like a herding, almost like, how sheepdogs will herd the sheep to go where they want them to. You can do that with people. You just walk this way and with, with the certain situations, they know that you're not going to go that way if they step in the way. Okay, it's hurting, right? So they want you to go this way. So how do you make somebody turn this way? Well, you have a person right here that's kind of so it doesn't work every time, but often it works because we're creatures of nature or creatures of habit. So anyways, I like, okay, I'm not going to put it in that garbage and I don't want the dog to get all riled up, so I'm just going to go walk over to this one. And then as soon as I go there, boom, here comes a police car around the corner, which is fine because I'm a law-abiding citizen and I appreciate police. No scary, no fear here. Hey, hi, thank you. They do a great service, but they're also part of a brotherhood. So, and again, they're told to do this. Okay, so the order must have came from somewhere. So, it was just to. And what was funny about that police car that passed me this morning? They're not even police from this jurisdiction. This isn't even their district. Not their district. What are they doing over here? Makes you wonder. And that same police department, I remember this was a couple years back when my targeting was starting. Okay, and this is when they wanted to let me know. I'm standing outside the local library because I would always go to the library ever since I was in school and stuff. It was just a nice, calm environment. You can watch movies. Well, not anymore with everything with the virus going on, but usually, it used to be you could go there and use the computer, watch movies, just, kind of relax and study and whatnot. Okay, do research and. So, anyways, I remember it was a winter night because it was snowing and the snow was on the ground. I could hear my feet kind of patting on the snow. It was fresh snow. It was 9 o'clock. But it was dark here, in the Midwest, winter. So I'm waiting for the bus, and all of a sudden this police car just comes up to me like, vroom, and it was snowy out. So I'm like, ooh, it's kind of slippery, and runs right up to the bus stop where I was at, did a U-turn and vroom, straight for me, right by the bus. I'm not kidding. I'm just like, hello, is you trying to run me over, or, and then he sat there and revved the engine for a minute. I'm not kidding. I'm like, that's odd. Like, why was that did that just happen? It was so, again, this program is so odd like that, that they'll do things like that. And that was harassment from, why else? I'm the only one there. It wasn't like there was other people, or, what I mean? He or she had to turn right there, and there was no, they literally came down the street, made a beeline for me, U-turn right in the middle of a busy street, and vroom, right up to me at the parked on an angle, you know what I mean? In the middle of the street. So it wasn't even, it was, the message was there. I'm like, holy shoot, I just, what the heck did I do to you? Why did you just, oh my goodness. And this was before anything. Okay, before. So I found that before the targeting got super intense. So I just found that very odd. Also, too, that same police department, they used to be parked up the street from my house by the local laundromat where some of my perps that were Puerto Rican, my Puerto Rican perps live. So I don't know if this particular, I don't know if it's maybe one officer that works for that department, is maybe like a crooked cop or something. But yeah, they would be right down the street from my house all the time visiting with the people in the laundromat. Very odd. Um, so so anyways, that was that. But last night, all right, so last night I went to sleep, tried to go to sleep on time so I could get up early so I can continue my day because the night before I didn't get any sleep. I had that, we talked about I had that machine, right? Okay. So again last night. Now this time they've been trying to do it lighter. You know, it doesn't matter if it's light or heavy. I don't want it done. It interferes with my sleep. It interferes with my sleep. That's what they're trying to do. And that's where the medical part of this program comes in. So last night, the night before, I wanted to get up super early in the morning because I had a plan. I was going to go to Walmart and try to get me one of those Lysol sprays, okay? Those are hard to come by. You got to get there when the store opens and rush the aisle and get your Lysol disinfectant spray. And I love those things. Even before all this happened, I always use Lysol spray. In a house with pets and everything, I like to spray the handles, or when you're cooking with meats and stuff, you can just spray that little disinfectant and let it sit there for a few minutes. I love it, and I haven't been able to get it, and I could buy like a 10 pack for $100, but I don't have $100, versus one can is like $10. That's what I want, I have $10, not 100. So I was gonna get up early, and be at Walmart. But of course I couldn't because I didn't get any sleep the night before. And so I had to sleep in yesterday, my day off. I don't like to sleep in if I don't have to because, I'd like to get up early and, be up and at 'em and get the most of your day, especially we get a little bit of summer here in the Midwest. So I was, that was upsetting. But I rested because I needed to. So last night, I'm like, I'm not going to make that mistake. Let me go to sleep a little bit early so I can plan. So last night, they went a little lighter on the machine, whatever it is. Okay, still heard the sounds in the attic, of course. And that's crazy as enough. Isn't that crazy? To like sit up in an attic and wait for some, literally somebody is paid to run a machine in a hot, dark, small attic space. Absolutely crazy. Okay, so anyways, no dreams last night. No dreams. And then I wake up this morning and I smelt a weird smell. I had a weird smell in my nose. It was like a burning smell, almost like an ashtray, like cigarette. And I don't smoke, and nobody in my house smokes, and I don't think the neighbors, if they're smoking, it'd come through the walls or something, unless they had like a little hose and were trying to like put some type of chemical through the vents or something. But that I smelled a weird burning ashtray smell this morning. That's the first thing I smell when I wake up. Like come on. It's crazy. These people are stone cold crazy. Honest to God, this whole surveillance, having me on this program, it's getting old. I mean, imagine how much money it's costing too. But imagine how much money they're making, right? Because they're doing testing for technology. So I wish they would let it go. But I have a feeling like the days of old with the apostles, they're not going to let it go. They've deemed me an enemy. Enemy, I want to say, remember like that movie, Enemy of the State? I hope it's not the state. No, it's got to be maybe somebody who has connections with the state. Some private org, I feel like. Maybe an owner of a company, an organization, a big one though, powerful one. Or whatever. Some medical corp just wants to keep doing testing, They love me as a guinea pig. They've had me since birth, so I guess they figure, from cradle to grave. Who would think that? It makes me feel like I'm involved in slavery, Like here I was living my life thinking I was gonna, I didn't want to do anything extra special, be a millionaire or anything, but I just wanted to set out a little life for myself. And then here they are interrupting, interfering, harassing, and, trying to divert my life's path. Very frustrating. Like, how dare they? It's creepy too to know that somebody's, you're in the crosshairs of something that you never asked to be in the middle of. So anyways, so yeah, that was last night. No dreams. Woke up, smelt a weird burning smell. Oh, and then gunshots outside before I went to sleep. I think they know when I'm getting ready to go to sleep. Well, obviously there's surveillance. And then I shut off the kitchen lights. So and then, pop, 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 pop. Maybe it was fireworks. I don't know. But it was right by my window. Odd at 10 o'clock. Again, this is a decent neighborhood, where they would feel emboldened to do that. Because usually that don't fly, I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night on a weeknight. Go home, go to sleep. There's no reason for you to be setting off firecrackers or emptying gun clips in the middle of the street close to residents in the 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 even. Maybe it was like, maybe, yeah, 10:30, 11. That's about the time I went to sleep. So anyways, horrible. We'll see what this day holds out for us, for me. And you guys try to stay off the list if you can. But I know it's impossible. You can't. It's like if you offend somebody, or even if somebody wants to use you for an experiment, like that's it. That's, goodbye to life as you know it. Like now you become on this program. But I guess try as much as you can. Try to maybe, for me, I think it's a little too late, but try to, lay low. Maybe do a little gray rock. Try not to be so, try to, keep a low profile. But then again, does that really help? Is that really being a Christian too, keeping a low profile? Jesus didn't, I mean, you don't want to offend people and you live your life peacefully, but I don't know. I don't know. For me, it's too, I don't think I have an option anymore. I'm trying to keep it low profile as possible. And again, I'm trying, I'm a good citizen, so there's nothing I'm doing. But I'm already on the list. So anyways, whatever you guys can do, and pray to the true God, do your research. God loves us. All right. Hope this wasn't too long, and I hope you guys understand. Have a good week. Thank you. Bye.